What crazy event bonded you and your best friend for life? I thought Marcus was a complete psychopath. He collected dead bugs in jars, wore all black every day, and once brought a real skull to biology class. Everyone avoided him like he had some contagious disease. So when our chemistry teacher paired us for the final project worth 40% of our grade, I wanted to transfer out immediately. We had to create some explosive reaction demonstration for extra credit. Marcus suggested we make smoke bombs in his garage after school since his mom worked late. His garage looked like a horror movie set. Jars of weird specimens lined every shelf. Professional chemistry equipment his dad left behind covered 2 tables, and this massive chest freezer hummed ominously in the corner. "Don't open that," he warned when I got curious about what was inside. We started mixing chemicals according to some formula Marcus found online. He actually knew what he was doing, measuring everything precisely with digital scales, while I just followed his orders like a confused assistant. The mixture started as clear liquid, then turned bright blue. Marcus added the final ingredient, and the beaker immediately started bubbling violently. White smoke poured out faster than we expected. "That's definitely not supposed to happen," he said, backing away from the table. The glass was getting super hot, and the smoke was turning thick and black. We both ran outside as the beaker started hissing loudly like an angry snake. I counted to 10. Nothing happened. Marcus shrugged and said maybe it was a dud. Then boom. The explosion was so loud, car alarms started going off 3 blocks away. Every single window in his garage shattered simultaneously. The workbench caught fire immediately, and flames spread to boxes of old newspapers stacked against the walls. We stood there in his driveway watching everything burn, both thinking our lives were completely over. "My mom's gonna murder me," I whispered, watching toxic smoke pour from the broken windows. Marcus looked weirdly calm for someone whose house was burning down. "Actually, she's gonna murder both of us because I used her good mixing bowls for the chemicals." Neighbors started coming outside to see what exploded. Mrs. Chen from next door was filming everything on her phone. The fire department showed up within minutes, followed by 2 police cars and an ambulance. They made us sit on the curb while firefighters put out the flames. While we waited, covered in soot and chemical residue, Marcus told me something that changed everything. His dad wasn't just absent like I thought. He'd completely abandoned them last year, after Marcus was diagnosed with severe social anxiety disorder. The weird bug collecting, dark clothes, and creepy behavior were his way of keeping people away before they could reject him first. "I figured if I acted scary enough, nobody would get close enough to eventually leave me," he explained while we watched his garage turn into charcoal. "Seemed easier than risking getting hurt again." I told him that was honestly the dumbest defensive strategy ever, but also that I completely understood it because my parents fought so violently every night that I started acting like a perfect student just to avoid adding more stress to our disaster house. His mom came home from her nursing shift to find 3 fire trucks in her driveway and her garage reduced to smoking rubble. Instead of having a complete meltdown, she just looked at us sitting there covered in ash and said, "Well, at least you boys are finally working together on something." She made us rebuild the entire garage together that summer as punishment. We spent 2 months learning construction, sharing tools, and discovering that Marcus was actually hilarious when he stopped trying to intimidate everyone. I found out I genuinely loved chemistry when someone patient taught me properly instead of rushing through textbook chapters. The rebuild project became our daily routine. Marcus would crack these dark jokes that made me laugh until my stomach hurt. I'd help him practice normal conversations so he could order food without panicking. We became this weird team nobody expected. Senior year, when kids still whispered that Marcus was psycho, I'd loudly tell them he was the smartest person I knew and they were idiots for judging him. When they called me an uptight tryhard, Marcus would say I was just more ambitious than their lazy asses could handle. We're roommates now in college studying chemical engineering. His dorm wall is covered with photos from all our failed experiments. Mine displays pictures from the garage rebuild project because sometimes your best friendship starts with accidentally burning down someone's house and learning you're both just scared kids pretending to be something you're not.